I remember the most profound day when you pulled out a map on the bed in Maryland and you said, where would you want to live?
Yeah, I remember that.
And we went through state, and none of those states looked appealing, but I knew that I had to leave Baltimore in order to fully grow. Had to keep chasing our dreams.
One thing about that is I always used to tell myself, like, because I heard that so many times over and over, like, in order to grow, you had to change people, places, and things. Mm-hmm. And in my mind, how I used to think was, like, I would never have to let go of people, places, and things. For mm-hmm. what? You know what I mean? It's like these people was going with me to the top. I'm always be in this environment. I'm always be in this neighborhood, you know, or this section of my city. I'm always be here. Yeah. So I would never have to let this go in order to grow. I'm just going to get big here. That was my mindset.
Yeah.
But that's before you start to grow. Now, when you start to grow, you'll find out fast that it don't operate like that. This is not how it works. And I give you an example, like a lot of rappers, they say, I'm always going to be true to my hood and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. Well, you can be true to your hood when you don't have nothing. You can sit on that corner and sit on that block when you don't have nothing. Mm-hmm. Because you're just a regular person. You're just another one of them that's sitting on the corner. You're not actually a target yet. But when you become bigger or you become more successful, now you're a bullseye. Right? Mm-hmm. Now you got that target on your back. So you can't go out there and sit on that block because any car that ride past is a possibility that they know you. You recognizable now.
Yeah.
Opposed to beforehand, you were just blending in. Now when you're able to blend in, it doesn't matter that you're out there because nobody sees you. Nobody knows you. Nobody know exactly who you are or what you have. Yeah. But when you become successful and you get a little notoriety, you are known. People know you. So, like I said, any car can ride past and say, look, that's Jolly. Yeah. Now you're a target.
Yeah.
So, it can cost you. So, you're not able to do the things that you once were able to do. So, that's why now I understand why you have to change people, places, and things.
Yeah.
You know, in order to grow.
In order to grow.
So, I understand that now.
Yeah, and I do feel that as you're growing, those certain people that you are around that have the potential to have the mindset to grow as well, that you can bring them along at a different time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I definitely believe in that wholeheartedly. But I found myself, and I felt this way in Baltimore for quite a while, I found myself out of place. I know a lot of people don't feel like that, you know, because that's home. But I found myself constantly saying, well, how am I going to do filming here? It's not set up to do filming. Or how am I going to do this? It's not set up to do that. And then you start to see multiple rappers, boxers, you know, people that's upcoming starting to get recognition. And they come back to show the hood some love and they gone. You know, yeah. Envy and jealousy is on a whole nother level. And I found myself making the ultimate decision, which was so hard, to leave my family. I feel was the hardest part, was to actually make that decision that I'm going to leave. I'm going to I tried to leave about 3 or 4 times, by the way.
But it didn't work, huh?
It never worked out, you know. I think I was waiting for you.
Hey.
I think I was waiting for you. I was waiting for my soulmate, because if I'd have left, I wouldn't have had you, you know?
Yeah.
So I was waiting for you, and thank God you came. I
came right on time, right?
Yeah, you came right on time. Because you was ready to pack a suitcase and go too. But I've been, I won't say bashed for leaving. I do know that there were certain people who, I'll say like different communities that I had started to build relationships with. And they really, really had hope that I would build there. I would make the change there. I mean, they had a lot of faith in me that I would actually bring Baltimore up. And what a letdown.
Well, you don't think you can do that outside of Baltimore? You don't think you can bring Baltimore up outside of Baltimore and come back and, reach your hand back to bring it up?
I think I'm limited to that. Because what I won't have is Baltimore bringing me down.
Yeah.
So if I think I'm limited to that, can I come back and give to the kids going back to school and things of that nature? Absolutely. I think that's what everybody do once they start getting on a higher level. They come back and do that. I would like to truly make a change. I would like to truly make a mental change. But if me coming back to help the city make a mental change turn into the city possibly dragging me down, it absolutely won't happen.
Yeah.
And that's just a choice. You want to save. It's kind of like you want to save everybody, but who's going to save you? If you at the top and you bringing everybody up and they get heavy, you'll possibly fall off the cliff. Who's behind you to hold you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You at the top and you bringing everybody up, right? And it's getting extremely heavy. But there's no weight behind you to hold you up.
Yeah.
So now you're falling over the cliff with all of them.
Now everybody's falling.
And now everybody's falling. And that's what I can't, I don't want to fall. I want to help. I want to help where it don't become heavy. How about that? Where there's not a possibility that I'm going to fall.
Yeah. So I learned that a little early. And I love all my guys, right?
Yeah.
So early on, I had to branch off from them. And, I was getting the backlash behind it. I was feeling the backlash behind it because, we used to hang out all the time.
Yeah.
Hang out, get a drink, go party. Well, now I'm not interested in these things because I'm trying to advance. I'm trying to grow. And, they're still on the same thing that, we all once were on. But now, to me, that's foolishness. That's foolery.
Yeah.
I no longer partake in having a drink.
Partake
Those things don't, no, for real. Those things don't intrigue me anymore, right? It's all about this now.
Yeah.
Money and advancement moving forward.
Yeah.
So to be around them, not saying that, they weren't on my level.
Yeah.
Is just to say that my interests in what y'all are interested in have changed dramatically. So now when I'm around y'all and it just don't feel the same. It just don't feel the same because y'all still on going to get a drink and I'm on worrying about this business plan, this business idea.
Yeah.
How can I get this thing started?
Yeah.
Right? So they never understood how the disconnect happened or where it happened that because it was so sudden like that, like a blink of an eye.
It was like one day getting a drink and
then the next day it's done because I have so much willpower, right? To whereas whatever I tell myself I want to do in that instance, that's what I'm doing. So I stopped drinking like that immediately. And because we stopped drinking together.
Stopped drinking together.
It's been like a year and a half now. Before Hawaii happened.
Before Hawaii, we broke the sobriety.
We broke our sobriety.
We broke our sobriety in Hawaii.
But I'm my willpower for a thing is so strong that whatever I tell my mind to do, that's what I'm doing immediately.
Yeah. I can say when I started to grow, it made people extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, of course.
And it was awkward for me because I love these people.
Yeah.
These my girls. We turn up, we do this, we do that. And it went from, again, like you said, it went from turning up to turning all the way down, And it went from having a drink to, yo, I'm writing. Yo, I'm doing this. I'm going to speak at this event. I have to travel to Philly. I have to do this. I have to do that. And I'll say the most annoying thing for people has been how busy I've become.
Yeah. Because
so many people depended on me for a listening ear, for advice. Oh, Sunny, definitely come have a drink with me. I was known to kind of be that person for everybody. And then I became busy. I'm talking about crazy busy, where I don't even have time to even almost have a conversation with you on the phone.
Yeah.
And that became extremely uncomfortable for me and for people. And I think when I came around people and I don't drink anymore or this and that, it's like, oh, well, what do we do with you? What do we do around you now?
So now the awkwardness kicks in.
It's awkward.
Yeah, the
it's so awkward. But what they don't understand, or maybe they do, or maybe they don't, maybe they don't give a shit. But I had to let go in order to grow. And that meant let go of my habits. That meant let go a lot of my poverty beliefs, because I believed that things were hard at one point. I had to let go of my freedom. I became so focused that I didn't have the freedom sometimes to even, hang out or do this or do that. It was a sacrifice, not just on their behalf, but it was a sacrifice on my behalf as well, because it takes great discipline to say this over that. Yeah. I have to win. There is nothing that is going to stop me from being great. And unfortunately, me being great, meaning I had to let go a lot of things I loved.
Yeah. Well, one thing I can say about that is the people that understand what you're trying to get to or where you're trying to get at in life, they'll be supportive because they understand. The people that don't understand is the people that you never needed.
Listen.
You won't need.
They'll be supportive, but that don't mean they understand.
It could be that
because they like, why you moved to California? Why this? Why that? They don't fully understand it. But they are supportive.
I'm speaking on the people that truly understand.
Yeah.
Because there will be some that understand.
Yeah.
Like for an example, my brother, right?
Yeah.
Whenever I come back to Baltimore, his exact words to me is always, we got to get you back to California. Because you don't belong here. You need to be there doing what you're supposed to be doing in order to grow.
Yeah.
To get this thing moving.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he always tell me this. He always say, man, look, when you go back, we don't need you here. Right?
Yeah.
We need you back in California so that things can start to continue to operate. Because he get it. Mm-hmm. He understand what it is that I'm doing. Where I'm headed in life. And how much it'll affect the whole family once I get there. How much it'll change the whole family once I get there. Mm-hmm. So he understand that. So that's what I mean by some people will understand it.
Yeah.
Some people will get it. And some people will encourage it. Some people will promote it. Some people will help it.
Yeah.
And those are the people that truly are supposed to be there when you make it.
I agree.
Those others will find a way to fall off. They won't last.
They just be dying like flies.
Yeah, but those are the people that was in your immediate circle at one point in time that you thought that, when I said change people, places, and things, those are the people that you thought that would be there the whole trip, the whole journey. Mm-hmm. But those people somehow find a way to weed themselves out and fall off.
Yeah.
They never there standing when you're standing at the end raising the throne.
Yeah. Yeah.
For some reason. I never had to cut one single person off physically. Mm-hmm. I never said out my mouth like, I'm not dealing with you. You done. You out my circle. Yeah. Ever. Those people always weed themselves off.
Yeah.
I never had to do that. So, I mean, in that instance, it was easy for me. That was the easy part because I never had to physically say, man, I ain't dealing with you.
Yeah.
And even if I had to cut somebody off, I never had to say it physically. They got the message. Yeah.
Well, I think the same thing for my people as well. I didn't have to physically cut anyone off. I think some people became so uncomfortable that they cut themselves off.
Yeah.
Because what people liked in me, and that's how you get to know who's going to be there for the long haul. Because if your attraction to me was that we drink together, then once the drinking is gone, we have nothing
in common. Yeah.
You know what I mean? If our attraction to each other was we did activities with the kids together or whatever it may have been, when that part is gone, then it's nothing there. I want people that is a full circle. That means no matter how much I grow or how much I change, they genuinely love my soul and therefore they will be there, whether they get it or not. I have people that rock so hard for me, just like the ones that die like flies, and some fly like a butterfly. Because they rock so hard for me, they don't have a clue of what's going on. They just see me doing better, and they just know that I moved across the country, and that's just enough to support it. You know what I mean?
So I think that was a bold move that we took that a lot of people wouldn't have the guts to take.
Well, let's talk about the fact that we moved here with nothing.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going.
I mean, nothing.
A lot of people may think or may believe that in order to make a move this big, because to me this was big. This was extraordinary.
It'll take 2 weeks to drive back home. That's pretty big.
Yeah, that's pretty big. So a lot of people believe in order to make such a move, you need to go somewhere where you know someone, or you need to go somewhere where you have something set up. Well, I'll be the first to tell you that we didn't know anyone here. We didn't have a job here. We didn't have a source of income here.
The pandemic.
We moved inside of a pandemic, Corona. It was so many things set up for us to fail or not to succeed, but we went along with it anyway. The homeless rate here is the highest in the country, I believe. It's so much homelessness going on here. So many people move here with a dream, and then they fail, and then now they find themselves homeless. So that was a fear that could have stopped us.
Yeah. I have to talk about this, and I'm going to talk about this a lot on the podcast because it has to be known. It's the reason that it's the way I can help people. What you believe in your mind is actually what becomes your reality.
Yeah.
So, the homeless rate was high, and it was a pandemic, and we didn't have a traditional 9 to 5. We didn't know that the business that we do and that we did in Baltimore would thrive here. We didn't.
Well, I did, because me per se, I know if I could sell a cookie in Mondawmin, and it's say 1,000 people in Mondawmin. If I move somewhere to California where it's 10,000 people in that mall, I know I can sell 50 cookies.
Right.
So that's just my mindset.
But I'm not saying literally. I'm saying the doubts that could have kicked in.
Yeah.
We could have said, oh, people are homeless there. We don't know if the business worked there. It's a pandemic. It's this, that. But just what you just said, you can sell the cookies, and so you're going to sell the cookies anywhere, right?
Absolutely.
So with that being said, it's all about the mindset. And that's the part that a lot of people avoid. You know why? Because they look at facts.
And they don't have faith in themselves.
And what facts are only something that a bunch of people agree on.
Yeah.
So a bunch of people agree that it's homelessness here. A bunch of people believe that we're in this horrible pandemic. I've seen so many people come up in the pandemic.
Yeah,
I've seen so many people have the opportunity to come up in the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
But they would choose to focus on the negative of the pandemic. People dying, it's a pandemic, we can't go anywhere, we gotta wear a mask. Listen, it's been so many opportunities to grow in the pandemic, to start your own business in the pandemic, so I think it always go back to the thoughts that you're telling yourself is your truth.
Yeah,
it is your reality. It's not, oh, that's true because they say it's true. Because I'm going to give a very simple example. I'm going to bring up color. I'm going to say the color blue, right? So many people have agreed that this is blue that it becomes a truth. That's true. That's blue. But it's not true. It's just what we all agreed on. But if in my mind, I want to say that this color is azul, which is blue in Spanish, or what a bird may think this color is, then that can become my reality.
Yeah.
I don't have to live in the reality of the masses. I have to create a reality in my mind and fucking execute it.
Yeah.
That's all I have to do. I have to use my imagination, see what I want, strive for what I want, clear a path for what I want, and start working in that direction. And I will get what I want, no matter what.
Come on now. Get home straight.
No matter what.
They need to hear this. Yes, indeed.
No matter what the truth may be. So, the truth is what you put in your mind as your reality is the truth. If you keep telling yourself, I'm broke, I'm in poverty, things is hard for me, I'm a single mother, la 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 la, child support, blah blah blah. If you keep telling yourself these stories, that is your reality.
Yeah, that is your truth.
That is your truth. Because using your mind and everything that we are surrounded by, if you don't have no discipline over your thoughts, you will get sucked in to this thing that everyone calls society, reality, right? But it starts with your mind. And I'm going back to us moving to letting go in order to grow. Well, the bad was all the things that they said was bad. California is expensive, this, that, and that. Everything they said was bad. But you know what I created in my mind? That I would be rich in California. I've made more money in California than I've ever made in Baltimore so far. Okay? That I would be able to do whatever I want. That California was beautiful. That there were palm trees everywhere. That everyone here had money and they were willing to give me their money for my services.
Yeah.
You know, this is the reality I created for California. And so that's what I've been living.
Yeah, so what I got out of that is nothing has any meaning except the meaning that we put on it. You got to shape your reality.
I wish, see, this is when we would be taking the shot.
You got to shape your reality or someone else shapes it for you. So I tell my mother a lot of times.
Wait a minute, say that again. You said that too fast and that need to be repeated.
I said you have to shape your reality or someone else shapes it for you.
Okay.
So I tell my mother a lot of times, Mom, turn that TV off. Stop watching the news because they're shaping your reality and you're not even knowing it. They're telling you what they want you to think about a certain situation or how they want you to feel or look at a certain situation. When you have your own intelligence, you have your own willpower to see things as you would like it to be or as you truly see it.
Yeah.
You have that ability. But things like the news and, you know, watching these other informational shows and stuff like that, they shape your reality. They shape your opinion about a thing, and it strips your ability to think of it or to see it in your own life.
Do you think that you can grow without letting go things?
No. Now I know that it's impossible.
It's impossible.
Like I said before, I always thought I would never have to change people, places, and things.
Hey y'all, this is Mama T.
Uh-oh, Mama T.
Oh.
Let me add my 2-3 cents to it.
Yeah, what'd you say? Let her get her 2-3 cents.
Let her get her 2-3 cents.
Come on, let's get her in here. Let's get
First of all, I'm not feeling this thing with cutting the news out. Because guess what the news did for us? It let us know them stimulus dollars about to drop. From an old school perspective, it definitely is hard for older generations to just understand fully and totally this change thing. It's hard.
Yeah.
And I would be sitting here lying saying that it's easy because it's not. So it's like the old saying, either shit, get off the pot, shit, or whatever they said.
All right. Well, that's what Mama T had to say about it.
Yeah, I get it.
That's what Mama T had to say about it.
Like I said, everybody have a perception.
Everybody have a perception.
And the way they perceive things.
Yes.
You know, no one's perception hold weight over the other. Everyone gets their perception. Now it's up to you to respect another person's perception. So I'll respect that.
I'll respect that as well. Oh, you know that sound. Hey, 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 hey.
Back to back.
Hey. The quote of the day, baby. In order to bloom, you must grow.
Oh.
Think about that. As a flower, in order to bloom, you must grow.
Damn.
So
that's straightforward.
That's straightforward. That's our quote for y'all this week. Listen, I am ready to be the biggest blossoming I know that's not even a word. Flower that I can be. And so I'm growing every day in order to become that flower that I plan to blossom into.
Yeah. Me as well.
So it's slowly opening up. And I have to grow in order for it to fully blossom into the life that I created in my mind as my reality.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say, because my reality is the way I perceive things.
Yes.
So I'm growing every day. Everything that I can do within my power to grow and get there, I'm taking that step every day.
Yes.
Every day. And I encourage everybody else to take that same initiative and take that same approach in order to grow. I'll give you a fact, a known fact. The average person makes in between $2,000 and $4,000 of the company that they keep. So every person in your entourage makes between $2,000 to $4,000 of each other.
Of each other, yeah. I'll leave you guys with this. I love that jewel you left them with. I'm going to leave them with this. If you are a seed and you are planted as a corn, you will never grow to be a watermelon.
Damn. Who want to be a watermelon? That sucks.
Shit, watermelon is good. You could be a pea.
A pea.
So you hanging around a whole bunch of seeds that's planted as a pea, and you will grow into a pea. How about that? If you want to truly grow and blossom, you could be a seed.
See, I get it.
You could be a seed of a beautiful flower.
Don't plant a watermelon seed in a garden full of peas. I get it. That was deep. That was nice. Don't plant your watermelon seed in a garden full of peas.
Okay?
Damn.
Because you won't grow.
You won't grow.
The peas will. And you will continue to be a pea. But you will not grow into a watermelon. Yeah. And we love watermelon.
Lord forbid if your watermelon seed turned into a hybrid. Now you're a watermelon with a pea brain.
What?
Shit. You know how they crossbreed fruits and vegetables? They call hybrids.
Oh, yeah. They crossbreed.
So now you're a watermelon and you're a pea.
Yeah, you ain't going to grow like that.
You ain't
going to get out your environment, or you ain't going to get out that garden like that, okay? You trying to grow. You can pretend to be anybody, or you can just be you. So be you, and we are now us. What? A watermelon pea brain body? What is going on?
I don't know what's going on here.
Millions of inmates are incarcerated with no mental way to escape their reality besides reading and the hopes of their release. Books for Time provide books to prisons all over the U.S. Visit naturallysunny.com to donate to Books for Time or to purchase one of Sunny's books. This ad was sponsored by Sunjal Productions, where they bring your vision to the screen.